That's right, 2 Fallout 3 videos in one day. By Atom, are you guys lucky? Anyway, with the Capital Wasteland being a wide open area that does not hold your hand, having the right gear can be a pain, especially if you don't know the game the way I do and struggle to keep hold of your caps. So I'm going to highlight 4 exploits you can use almost indefinitely in the game for XP and caps. I'm not going to list ones that are technically game breaking, as they could have been patched out by the time I make this video and you watch it. These are ones that are kinda infinite provided you know what you're doing. So let's get to it.
Into an of nuclear fire and radiation.
Okay, I'm going to start with one that's really early game, but you also need to do an unmarked quest first. Upon arriving at Megaton and you finish talking to Lucas Sims, head for the water processing plant located just up the ramp to the side of Crater Psych Supply. Inside you should find a cantankerous old man by the name of Walter. If he's not there, just keep waiting. It's not counted as trespassing and he should be along soon enough. Anyway, Walter's job is the operator of the water plant for the whole city. Bit weird that it falls down to this old fogey, but no matter. When you first talk to him, you'll have the dialogue choice, what needs to be done around here. Pick that and Walter will tell you that some broken pipes need fixing all around the city. Sounds like a chore, but there's actually only 3 and you can find them easily enough because all 3 of them are the sections that are spraying water. It's just getting to some of them can be a little tricky. To fix these pipes, you'll need a repair skill of 30 at the very least. Once that's done, you can return to Walter where you'll get 200 caps and 100 XP for your troubles, which is good to get very early game. But after you've done that, Walter offers to buy scrap metal from you, and this is the exploit I want to get to. Scrap metal can be found in so many places in the game, I'm not going to bother listing them, except to say that certain merchants also stock it in their misc inventory, such as Tinker Joe, Carl, Crazy Wolfgang, and occasionally Moira Brown. Also, pretty much every robot enemy will have scrap metal in their inventory too when you loot their bodies. So what do you get when you give Walter scrap metal? Well, he'll give you 10 caps per single piece of scrap metal you bring him, and you will also get a base 5 XP too. If you have a stat boost like Well Rested or Swift Learner, the XP can rise to 6 or even 7 XP. There is no limit for the amount of scrap metal you can take to him or being paid. And yes, you can sell him multiple scrap metal pieces at once. But this is definitely best done early game to help boost any XP you need to level up, as well as help you reach some gear that might be unobtainable. Next up is another fairly early one if you talk to Moira Brown and trigger the quest, the Wasteland Survival Guide. The hows and whys don't really matter here, but suffice to say, this quest is long and has a lot of fun stuff to do. Anyway, during that quest, you'll eventually be tasked to go to Minefield, a neighbourhood that is now covered with those hot potatoes, as Moira calls them. And again, pretty straightforward exploits. If you're quick enough, you can disarm these mines before they detonate, which adds them to your inventory and also gives you XP every time you disarm one. From there, you can either repurpose them yourself or sell them on. Mines aren't as frequent as scrap metal, but they do pop up in a lot of heavily fortified areas used by enemy factions, such as raiders, super mutants, and even the Talon mercenary group, not just at Minefield. Just listen out for the beeping, you only have a couple of seconds to detonate it before it goes kaboom. Also make sure to take care of Arkansas that's sniping at you from the top of the tower in Minefield. But mines aren't the only thing you can disarm in this game. Depending on how high certain skills are, you can disarm grenade traps that can be found in certain areas, as well as the combat shotgun rigs that can also be found throughout the wasteland. Depending on your playstyle, you can either use these for yourselves, use them to repair your existing equipment, or sell them on.
Hold it. This area is under the authority of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Third one along now, and to trigger this you need to go exploring quite a bit. Around the bottom of the map, near the centre, is the Arlington Library. Now, if you're doing the Wasteland Survival Guide for Moira, you'll come here anyway, but you can come here of your own volition. Upon entering, you'll immediately enter dialogue with Scribe Yearling of the Brotherhood of Steel, who's been tasked with archiving all pre-war knowledge into the Brotherhood's computers. Provided you don't insult her, Yearling will give you an unmarked quest similar to the one Walter has. Named Yearning for Learning, this unmarked quest requires you to bring back a specific item to Scribe Yearling. She wants pre-war books. Now these aren't like the burnt ones you come across on your travels. These will actually be listed as pre-war books and have a blank green cover. There is another one similar that is blue, but she does not accept these, and these are treated just as scrap. Nor does she accept sheet music or skill books. She's only after those green pre-war books. Unlike scrap metal, pre-war books are not so endless. There is a finite amount of pre-war books in the game, but that's okay. The reward is really good, especially early on. For every pre-war book you give to Yearling, she will give you 100 caps and you will also get a minimum 10 XP. And just like Walter's scrap metal quest, you can turn in multiple books at once.
Steel be with you.
Final entry now, and I'm lumping two together because they're basically the opposite side of the same coin. Upon reaching level 14, two perks will become available to you, Lawbringer and Contract Killer. They both do the same thing but with different payoffs. Contract Killer lets you collect ears from good NPCs in the game and sell them to Daniel Littlehorn of Littlehorn and Associates, who is located in a previously inaccessible shanty shed at the scrapyard. Upon choosing Contract Killer, you will be provided a key to open the door. Inside is the aforementioned Daniel, who provides you with caps for every ear you bring him, as well as negative karma. You will gain 10 caps per ear, and yes, this is for all you evil players. If you're curious what counts as a good NPC, it's basically any NPC that does not attack you first unless provoked.
Love a good and loyal employee. And as a good and loyal employee, here is your reward. Do good work out there. We're counting on you.
Lawbringer is basically the same thing as Contract Killer, but better in my opinion. Lawbringer adds a finger to every bad NPC in the game, which you can then turn in for a reward of 10 caps each and positive karma to Sonora Cruz at a certain location. Once you accept this perk, you will receive a key for another shanty shed not too far from Scrapyard that is located on your map, known as the Regulator HQ. But you also get a nifty little Regulator duster, so you can roleplay as a Wasteland Cowboy if you want to. Unfortunately, you do not get a cowboy hat. You'll have to either reverse pickpocket it from Sonora or Lucas Sims, or just kill Sims. Sonora is coded as essential and cannot be killed. Anyway, the reason why this one is a much better perk of the two is that there are a lot more evil NPCs in the game. Raiders, Talon Mercs, Slavers, and the Enclave troops all count as evil NPCs, so they will have fingers in their inventory. Not sure if my save was glitching, but some of these would not drop fingers, but the majority of them do. And like the scrap metal and pre-war books, you can turn in ears or fingers in bulk if you have enough. One thing I want to say is that, rather hilariously, you can have both Contract Killer and Lawbringer active at the same time, and there is no ramifications at all in the game, so feel free to play both sides of the field.
Them to justice. Bring us their fingers as proof of the deed. We'll pay you a bounty for each one. Simple, right? Questions?
And there we go, 4 XP and money exploits in Fallout 3. Now I should say this video is more aimed at newcomers, so I didn't include any exploits from all the DLCs. If you have any exploits I missed, then let me know down in the comments. I've been Craig, this is Amalgamingle, and thanks for watching.